All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and continually teach us His truth. And peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's laboring in His word and truth sincerity. All right, Lord willing, this video can be edifying, and I'm going to entitle it, The Earth Will Be Refined. Okay? And I got the definition of the word refine. And let's go ahead and take a look at it. And once again, Lord willing, this video is edifying. But what you see right here, it says remove impurities or unwanted elements from a substance, typically as part of an industrial process. And here are similar words: purify, clarify, clear, cleanse, strain, sift, filter, distill. You see that? This is what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah is getting ready to do to the earth. He's getting ready to purify it and clear it of its infirmities. Okay, because this man, the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite, is defiling the earth every day. The air we breathe is polluted. The water's polluted. The soil, everything on the earth is defiled and polluted. Which, real quick, let me get this. This is Hosea chapter 24, verse 5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, broken the ordinance. Salakia, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And this is what the so-called white man has done. He has defiled the whole planet. Spraying chemtrails. The food we eat is GMO. The animals are defiled. They put steroids in the chickens to make them grow faster. A lot of these animals, they not naturally grass-fed. This man has defiled everything, man. And that's why he has to be destroyed and put down, because he is the one really that's going to be removed, man. Yahweh Shah is going to put this man out of power, when Yahweh sends him back, destroy this man's kingdom, Babylon the Great, and various other parts of the earth by nuclear thermal fire, and it's going to clean the planet, man. Because everything is mourning. The earth is mourning. The trees are mourning. The animals are mourning. The people are mourning, because the wicked is in rulership. That's why the scriptures say, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. But when the righteous beareth rule, the people rejoice. But anyway, going back to that definition, refine, remove impurities, and the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite, he is a impurity on the earth. Everywhere he goes, he spreads wickedness, because he is the border of wickedness. And I'm going to get that. This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom, it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So the so-called white man, he is created to be the wicked. He is the wicked. You have wicked Israelites. You have wicked, you have people that commit wickedness, but the wicked is the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite. Everything he does is contrary to the Most High. That's why it tells you, it says, roughly paraphrasing. Let me see that real. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Salakia. Okay. Yo, this is Psalms 50 and 17. It says, I'll start at verse 16. It says, but unto the wicked, the most high saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee? And that's the so-called white man. He hates instruction because the instruction on how we should live, it's all in the scriptures. It's in the various books of the Bible. Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Exodus. Wherever the law, statutes, and commandments are found, that's how we're supposed to live. But the so-called white man, he hates instruction. And wherever he goes, he spreads his way of life. That's why over there in Saudi Arabia, Ishmael, which Ishmael in the Hebrew is Yashama'alu, which means he has heard of the power. They have their women covered up. They had their women in order, I should say. But the so-called white man, what did he do? He goes over there, he sets up military bases, he spreads his ways of life. And now you have women that's driving over there. You have women that run their mouth to their men. They don't even cover up like that, especially when they come over here. They'll have on pants. They'll wear the hijab over their head, but they ain't covered up. And then they sleep with multiple men. And those are the ways of the so-called white man, the red Hebrew Edomite. And that's why it tells you in Jeremiah, it says, the other nations have drunk of her wine, therefore they are mad, meaning took on the philosophies of the so-called white man. And even though they're heathens, they still see that that's not how life supposed to be, man. And that's why when the true people of the Lord, the Israelites, beginning with the elect and Yahushua on down, everybody is going to be happy except the so-called white man. But anyway, just wanted to bring that out real quick. Reading this definition again, it says remove impurities or unwanted elements. And the so-called white man, because our bodies are made of elements, he is an unwanted element, man. He was created for to multiple reasons, but the Most High hates him. And in the end, according to Job 20, because he's an unwanted element, which let me get that real quick. Job 20. This is what's going to happen to him. This Job chapter 20, verse 5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. This is what's going to happen to the so-called white man. He's going to be exterminated. According to Obadiah, after 1,000 years of hardcore, brutal, spiritual slavery, he's going to be erased from the planet, man. He's going to be done away with. We ain't going to wake up in the kingdom and have to see a pale, red beast, man. Because that's what they are. They're nothing but red beasts. And the Most High said he's going to take away the wisdom from Esau, man. So they're going to go back to that state that they was in Mount Seir. Reading down. Well, I'll jump to verse 11. It says, his bones are full of the sins of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Because this man, he's going to pay for everything going all the way back to what he did as Cain. He's going to pay for that. He has so much to pay for. And that's why after 1,000 years, he's going to be exterminated, because that ain't even long enough for him to be recompensed of all the hell that he's put on our people, man. And it also tells you, I believe it's Job 18. It goes into that. It may be another chapter, but it's somewhere in Job where it pretty much goes into this as well. All right. So going back to the lesson, I mean, this all links up, but once again, the Lord is coming to refine the earth. This is Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. You see that? It says, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out in blood touch of blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yet the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. So, hey, man, when the Lord brings this judgment, he's, hey, man, it's gonna be a lot of death, and the reason why he's doing it is because once again, there's nothing but wickedness going on, and nobody reverences or even respects Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Everybody is just doing their own thing in this world, worshiping other gods, being atheists, just pleasing themselves, man, not thinking about pleasing the Lord. And when he refines the earth, he's going to put things back in order. He's going to have all nations worshiping and serving him. In the kingdom, you're not going to have Esau, still doing his shit, man. He going to be beaten and he's going to be forced to serve the Lord, man, along with these other heathens. But I wanted to get this real quick. This is Psalms 34 and 16. This links up what I was bringing out earlier. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. Let me read it again. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. And this is what's going to happen to the so-called white man. He's going to be cut off from the earth because he is that impurity, that number one impurity on the planet. And this is why the Lord is coming to refine the earth. This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 2. But who may abide the day of his coming, and who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire and like fuller's soap, because he's going to refine the earth by fire. This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. So this is what's going to happen, man. The Lord is going to purify the earth by fire. Now, when I say the earth, the whole earth is not going to be burned by fire. The whole earth is not going to be destroyed. The scriptures say the earth will abide forever. Okay? And when the Lord says he's going to make a new earth, that word new goes to the Greek word kainos, which means refresh. He's going to refresh the earth. Okay? Now, the lands that will be, guaranteed destroyed, utterly burnt by fire, Babylon the Great, which this land is never going to be inhabited again, and the land of Israel, our land, is going to be purified by fire, man, and various other parts wherever the Lord decides to burn, but the earth as a whole will not burn by fire, not be burned with fire. And also, when the Lord does this, the earth will expand and new lands will come out, and the earth will be back rejuvenated. It'll be back restored to its natural state, because once again, the so-called white man, the impurity on the earth, has destroyed everything, man. And that's why it tells you in the book of Revelation, that's why it tells you in the book of Revelation, destroy them that destroy the earth. Okay? Which, matter of fact, let me get that. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged. Salakia. and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And that's what the Lord is going to do. This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean, dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, which pretty much means like a tent, a dwelling. And the transgression, the punishment, which that word pretty much means punishment, thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So once again, the earth abideth forever. The earth is not going to be destroyed, but it's going to reel to and fro like a drunkard when the Lord causes this nuclear holocaust. Okay, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. And this is what's going to happen to the elites. They're going to be the first fruits of slavery, man. And we're going to literally put them in pits. This is literal. You know, they not gonna get sleep on Egyptian cotton in the kingdom. They're not gonna even have beds in the kingdom. They gonna sleep on dirt, man. Sleep on bugs and scorpions. It's gonna be pure hell for the nation of Edom, man. And that's why the elites is doing whatever they can to try to prevent this, but they can't prevent it. Why? Because the will of the Lord cannot be broken. Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. You know, this is what the Lord is going to do when he comes back. Okay. This is Isaiah 65 and 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, which kainos, which means refreshed. And the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create, because this is what we're supposed to hope in. This is what we're supposed to look forward to, man. You know, this is what our eyes supposed to be set on, is the kingdom. This place, and the kingdom is not going to come unless this place gets destroyed. Esau has to be put out of power before the kingdom of heaven can be built up. It says, for behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and the joy of my people, and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the verse of crying. You see that? That links up with Revelation 21 and 4. You know? But Lord willing, this video was edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.